Welcome to the Stateless Standard, where we ignite the flame of liberty against the suffocating grip of the state. I'm your digital guide through the shadows of history, and today we're exposing a forgotten truth: America's proud tradition of dismantling central banks. Because let's face it, who needs a bunch of unelected bureaucrats playing God with your money? Buckle up for a cynical stroll through the past that just might inspire a revolution in the present. Remember last year when the Mises Institute ran that full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal, asking who needs the Fed and pushing for a gold and silver standard? The radio hosts I chatted with were all skeptical. Abolish the Fed? That's impossible, they scoffed. It reminded me of Murray Rothbard's quip: if the government had monopolized shoe production a century ago, people would freak out at the idea of privatizing it. Who would make the shoes? The government's always done it. Well, newsflash statists, America hasn't always bowed to a central bank. In fact, we've axed 3 of them in our history: the Bank of North America, the First Bank of the United States, and the Second Bank of the United States. It happened before, and by the spirit of liberty, it can happen again. Let's peel back the layers of this corrupt onion. Start with the Bank of North America, 1782 to 1783. This gem was shoved through Congress by Robert Morris, that Philadelphia financier and Federalist bigwig. Rothbard nailed it in The Mystery of Banking. The Federalists, led by folks like Morris, wanted to slap a British-style mercantilist nightmare onto the new United States. Big government, high taxes, massive debt, tariffs, a bloated navy, and pork barrel spending galore. They dreamed of a British system without Great Britain, complete with a king-like permanent president, as Alexander Hamilton put it. Central to this scheme, a central bank modeled after the Bank of England, dishing out cheap credit to Morris and his cronies. It got monopoly privileges. Its notes were the only ones accepted for taxes, and no other banks were allowed to exist. Talk about a rigged game. But public distrust tanked its notes value so hard that after just a year and a half it was privatized. Poof, first central bank down. Enter Hamilton, Morris's eager apprentice and the so-called founding father of American central banking, or so Ben Bernanke once bragged. As Treasury Secretary, Hamilton championed the First Bank of the United States, 1791 to 1811. This sparked an epic constitutional showdown with Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson argued rightly, the Constitution doesn't grant the Fed's power for a politician-run national bank. The convention debated it and shot it down. Hamilton? He invented implied powers, that magical phrase letting politicians declare anything constitutional if it suits them. We've been paying for that sleight of hand ever since. The bank went live in 1791 and wasted no time inflating like a balloon at a kid's party. It pumped out millions in paper money and deposits on a measly $2 million in gold and silver, funneling loans to the government. Result? Prices skyrocketed 72% from 1791 to 1796, as Rothbard detailed in A History of Money and Banking in the United States. Northern merchants and speculators loved it, but the tax hikes to feed the growing debt sparked a backlash. By 1811, Congress let the charter expire. Strike 2 for central banking. But war hawks never waste a crisis. The War of 1812 became the excuse to resurrect the beast as the Second Bank of the United States, kicking off in 1817. It inflated wildly, triggering the Panic of 1819, America's first real depression in the young republic. James J. Kilpatrick's The Sovereign States paints a vivid picture. Mismanagement, speculation, fraud everywhere. A wave of hatred swept the nation. States fought back. Indiana and Illinois banned it via constitutional amendments. North Carolina, Georgia, Maryland, Tennessee, and Kentucky slapped heavy taxes on its branches to drive it out. Ohio went full rebel. When the bank ignored a $50,000 annual tax per branch, an armed marshal stormed the vault and seized $100,000. Connecticut, South Carolina, New York, and New Hampshire piled on. By the 1820s, this bureaucratic monster had 29 branches, its Philly HQ looking like a Greek temple, fitting for the gods of graft. It earned widespread hatred and fear, as historian Robert Remini put it. Then came President Andrew Jackson in 1829. He called the bank a hydra-headed monster, with horns, hoofs, and a tail that corrupted morals, statesmen, and threatened liberty. It bought congressmen by the dozen, subverted elections, and aimed to crush Republican institutions. Its backers? The rotten remnants of Hamilton's Federalist machine, the elite 1%ers. Opponents? Everyday folks from all walks and regions, per Rimini in Andrew Jackson and the Bank War. On July 10, 1832, Jackson vetoed the Recharter Bill, and Congress couldn't override. The bank withered away. In his veto message, a libertarian masterpiece, Jackson railed against cronyism. The rich bend government to selfish ends with exclusive privileges, making the powerful more potent while the humble get screwed. The humble members of society have a right to complain of the injustice of their government. Statist historians sneer at this as beneath contempt, Rimini notes. Of course they do. They're the court's paid propagandists. So, 3 central banks abolished in American history. It took the Hamiltonians 75 years to sneak in the Federal Reserve in 1913. For 111 years, it's fueled boom-bust madness, epic inflation, banker bailouts with your money, and the same old corruption that fired up Jacksonian libertarians. The Fed can't be reformed. It's a tool of the powerful against the people. Time to revive the American tradition. Abolish it, restore sound money, and let liberty's torch burn bright. If this lit a fire in you, smash that like button, subscribe to the Stateless Standard, and share this with fellow freedom fighters. Drop your thoughts below. Ready to end the Fed? Until next time, stay stateless.